So today on Project Shop, we're down here in Miami getting offloaded. We got some more celebrity scrap. That Michael Jordan, piles of that Cat 5. And oh wait, let me give him a hand here. And it just keeps coming. It's like the gift that keeps giving. You gotta love that celebrity scrap. We got a bunch of batteries. It's a little bit of #1 insulated. I got more at the shop. It's more of that Cat 5. It's probably the 4th or 5th load of that stuff coming from that location. There we go, size of the grill on that truck. I don't know when they'll be done, but they got a lot going on over there. But we're getting this stuff offloaded because we got some big boy stuff to go get. You know how I like them big nuggets of copper? That ain't nothing. That's just a little taste of what's to come. Hey, Pedro. I'll have him rotate that in that drum. Throw this in there. So hopefully we're gonna go pick up 2,000 or more pounds of some big boy copper. And I love that big copper, man, because it strips super easy. It's a little much to manage, but with a forklift, some bins. I actually have a box at the shop we can use. Hopefully we'll make some decent money today. I'm thinking we can pull $2,000 profit in 24 hours. We'll see if we can do it. It's probably gonna make a mess. There we go. Oh, hold on, go up. Okay, all right. I'm gonna help him out for a second, then we'll come back at it. Okay, here's the ticket from the stuff we went and dropped off in Miami. We had 87 pounds of bright and shiny, $3.88 a pound. That actually came up. I got a price yesterday at $3.85, so we went up 3 cents a pound for $337.56. #1 wire, 134 pounds. $2.36 a pound. That went up too, but I'll tell you what, that price dropped way more than that price. I think I was up at $3.90, almost $4 a pound, so 15 cents. That I was up at almost, I think, $2.90 a pound, $2.80 something. That dropped like 50 cents a pound. That's kind of sad. $2.36 for 316.24. Cast aluminum, 543 pounds, 65 cents a pound. That stayed. 352.95. The Cat 5 wire from Michael Jordan. Thanks, buddy. 765 pounds, $1.40 a pound for $1,071 even. Auto batteries, 471 pounds, 23 cents a pound. 108.33 for a total of 2,186.08. Not bad. Most of that stuff was just I think other than the aluminum, I might have processed a little bit of that stuff. The bright and shiny we stripped, but all this other stuff was just buy and sell, and probably doubled my money on that. I probably had about $1,000 in that. And I still got some more stuff from those pickups back there on the mess of a floor we had. But hey, before we get into what I picked up that's sitting on the trailer outside, check this out. Okay, so I got a call from a guy, awesome dude, actually met me through, he's one of the, a viewer of the channel, messaged me on Facebook one day or something, or maybe it was, I think it was Facebook. He's the guy I got the nice toolbox from, the surface grinder, all the welding tables, and he actually helped me get a contact with that giant AC contractor, and he said that guy's pretty much ready to go. But he called me up and said, hey man, I got a 100-gallon fuel tank, diesel fuel, and a reel. And I'm like, well, I got tanks and all that, like how much do you want? And he goes, I'll take $75 for both of them. This thing here was probably $500 by itself, and he said this tank was probably $1,000, or, you know, either way, both of these together would be more than $1,000, and I got it for $75. That is why I love scrapping, man. Where else can you get deals like that? So I don't even think this tank, I mean, it might have fetched, that would have been shred, and that would have went for, with the metal and stuff, he would have had to cut it up to get like a clean sheet. He might have got 60, 70 cents a pound for it. I don't know, but for $75, I think I scored, man. So it's gonna, what I'm gonna do with this is use this for my clean diesel. Okay, I'm going to, not the reel. The reel is actually going to be used with the final product that I'm going to pump into things, but this will be something that I throw in. I'm going to put it on a nice pallet, and I'll throw it in the bed of my truck along with the, I think it's a 90 or it might be 100 gallon. I'll have to fill that thing to the top and find out one day. But it's close to 100 gallons. I pulled 75 gallons out of it the other day, and I don't think it was full to the top. So with that, I'll be able to go pick up 200 gallons of clean diesel fuel, and just have a nice stockpile that I can just continuously blend down my, that 200 gallons won't even fill one of these totes. And these aren't really approved to roll up to a gas station and start filling them up. So at least these here, I can go get some diesel fuel. I can put it in the truck. I decided I'm going to keep that tank in my truck always clean diesel, unless I want to put the black diesel in it. But I'll be filling up myself at the house every day. So it's always good to have clean diesel on hand. So anyway, let's go check out the trailer. Some more goodies that we got. Now this here, there's actually more of this coming. Well, I don't know about all this, but they're going to be pulling some more of this wire in, and hopefully we get a lot more of it. So let's see here. We have some nuggets, man. You know how we love them nuggets. Look at that. Big boy 600s. And then there's some stragglers down in there. But more than this, which I'm more excited about, is these two giant spools, which I believe is 600. Now this stuff had been pulled in and they pulled it out. I can see scuffs all up on this stuff. That might be an issue stripping, I don't know. But this one weighed 800 and something with the reel. This one was 900 with the reel. So I figure that reel's got to be close to 100 pounds. I don't know. It looks pretty heavy. I did give a deposit on all this stuff of a couple $1,000. And I figured that this would be, you know, at the high end, 200 pounds of tear. So I left myself a lot of extra there that, you know, once I figure it out, that I'll have to go drop them off the rest of the money. But I think we're going to do pretty good on this deal here, as we normally do. Now, I did pay a little bit more for this, even though copper dropped, because I heard the guy was shopping around. Because normally the guy would just call me and say, hey, come pick it up. He called me first and asked me what I would pay for 2,000 pounds of 600. So I knew the price had dropped, so I went and called, got a price. And I kind of paid probably 20 cents more a pound than I normally would, because I knew he was probably wanting a, you know, a deal. And obviously my price came in on par. He was like, he's kind of actually shocked at my price, because I'm sure I actually called around some other local places and I probably paid him 35, 40 cents more a pound than he could have gotten anywhere else. And I'm still going to make money on this. So let's get this unstrapped, get the wire stripping table set up. And I do have a box we're going to be using to throw this in. So it should be a quick, easy deal. And yeah, we should have a nice little chunk of copper. Now, once I get this set up, I don't know if I'm just going to put this like on the fork and spool it off. Maybe I'll just use the forklift and use the ball and then clamp something on the other side. I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh, you know what? I don't even think my forks will open up that wide. Shoot, we might not be able to do that. Okay, either way, we're going to get it off the spool and we're going to run it through the Copper King. And this ain't going to take long at all. I did notice that this is cut multiple times. So, I don't know. But there's more of this coming. So, stay tuned for all that. All right, man, we got some big old nuggets here. That piece is long. Now, I'm gonna have to cut these ends off. I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna tear weight those, man. That's too much iron. You know, that I'm paying a lot for. So, this stuff here, I'm probably gonna cut these lengths in half. This is some long stuff. I got the jaw mounted in this vise. I'm just gonna use the hand one. It's pretty quick, so let me get a couple of them cut, and then we're gonna have ourselves a little stripping party. This is gonna go quick. I mean, I'm gonna strip this in no time. Now I'm wondering about those big old spools. Last time we ran them, we put them right on them things, and I used two pipes, a pipe and a pipe, to kind of act like a bearing. I don't know where them pipes are. That might be the pipes right there. But we'll have to see. Tough. Easy money. One piece took like what, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, as much as all that little spaghetti, and not like some good old 600.
down? Or?
That's a little long, huh? Cut it up a little bit, make it easy.
We got a big mouth putting in those garbage cans.
It's still cutting, but that cutter's only rated for 500 MCM. Which is at the upper tier of what it's made for. This is 600. So it's working for it. Come on, man, you better start pulling that thing. It's gonna pile up. here we go. We got this massive spool here. Now, it looks like multiple connections, so I don't know how that's gonna work when I start unspooling it. And I don't know if I should just kind of pull some off and start feeding it, or try and set it up on the thing. This one weighs like, I think it was 850 or something like that. I forget what it was. It was over 800. The other one weighed slightly over 900. Our box, which is one of the thinnest boxes I've ever gotten, is not holding up too well. So I had to put a strap on it to hold it together. Might have to do another strap up top. I don't know yet, but we got a nice chunk down in there so far. I forget what that, might have been 400 or 500 pounds in that first batch, but I'm gonna go grab another jack stand. I believe these are the pipes I was using last time. The pipe in the pipe. Yeah, I don't know. I used the long pipe so that I had a bunch of leverage, and it worked really good. So we'll see if we can't get this thing over here. Otherwise, we're gonna have some issues. I might have to bring the forklift back up in here and flip this thing over, save my back a little bit, and then see if we can't get it up on them stands. And oh, we got skeeters in here. Yeah, continue on, man. We want to get this stuff done quick. Hopefully I can get this started and Steve can kind of run it into the thing, and I'll just use the clutch. The only thing about this machine is that it goes really fast. So on the small wire, it's awesome. You want it going fast as possible. Man, when you get into that big wire, dude, and it's slinging, it's grabbing that 600 or 500 and dragging it through. Not only do you have to be careful on the backside, but you gotta be careful over here, man. There's been many times where I got smacked in the nuts from that thing just kind of whipping around, man. You don't want to get smacked in the face with that thing. You could knock yourself out feeding the machine. So yeah, it's a handful, I'll tell you what. But I wouldn't trade this thing for anything, man. She's souped up, dialed, and ready to shred some copper. So hopefully one day we're gonna make it even faster, and hopefully here soon we might have the time to do that. So wait till you see what I got coming up here and what we're gonna be doing. And all these machines are gonna get some upgrades and kind of a revamp, you know. I'm hoping that is gonna get put over here very, very soon, sooner than later. But anyway, let's get on this copper, get this thing up on a jack stand. I know it's not the best thing, but it worked pretty good last time, so we're gonna try it again. And hopefully don't run ourselves over with a spool. Okay, it actually started working kind of good. The only problem I'm having is there's like multiple ends. This end keeps flopping around. Having the clutch is an absolute necessity doing this. They were going to get this in pretty much long runs. I just have to stop when that thing kind of unravels itself, and I got to pay attention that this thing doesn't roll off the spool. I did put the spool on a pipe inside another pipe, so this pipe is kind of acting like a bearing. One of these is you know, it's able to spin wherever it wants to spin. It's actually spinning there, but if it wanted to spin there, at least it would be less likely to roll up off of there. And I'm pulling, well, this one I'm pulling from the top, and this is heavy. I'm having to actually kind of push the spool. Giving the old Copper King a workout, man, especially since we got gears that are rolled over and on their last breath, but she's still pulling that 600 off of that spool. Nah, man, it rolls all over. There's not much to like that. Problem right here. That piece, this piece keeps on scrolling themselves. Man, what? You get a zip tie. You're able to coil that in there?
Yeah, it comes up. We'll try to get it going right. You pull it like before.
I can't
Do it.
I can't do that. I have to. Okay. Everything I'm doing, I'm focusing all hands on deck over here.
I'm not able to do this like I want to. But it's just twist it around, flip it around, do it around. I mean, I started off okay, but I just can't. Probably 100 pounds right here. This is only a third of it. Just a handful.
Yeah, if you walk it out like that, I can pull it up in there.
Yeah. I don't want to hit the camera. Okay.
Are you moving the forklift?
No, we're good there. put it in?
Yeah, on that Whitney lawn. Woo! Dang!
Yeah.
You almost got me. Nah, man, come on, let's get it up in there.
Okay. Okay, hang on.
That one there is low. Running around one time. This other piece is just unspooling itself.
Is it? Plus you got this part. This ain't helping you now. You never would go through it. It's going to what? This thing goes back like a lubricant. That thing's like it's breaking off. How can I help you? Fuck, man. How much you think you get stuck in that locker the last 2 weeks?
I think I'm pulling from the bottom.
Yeah,
So unspooling it actually works great, except for the fact there was like multiple pieces on here, and as it was coming out, it was undoing itself and getting stuck on stuff. I think there was like 4 or maybe even 5 runs wound up on here. It just makes it difficult. So I think going forward, I'm just gonna loosen this up a little bit for the rest of this. Cut most of this off. If I find a decent run, I'll run it. But now that I know that it's not just, I thought it was maybe just 2, but there was like 4 different runs in there, and it just kept binding up. If it was 1 run, I could have ran the whole thing, and pretty much Steve could have walked it back, and you know, we could have had a decent little box there. Well, I mean, we're gonna have a decent box, but this is a little more difficult than I thought. So, I mean, nothing about the 600 is easy, but the reward is definitely worth the fight that we got going on right now. It's a battle, but boy, nothing looks better than some 600 in the bin there. Yeah. Except for maybe some 750 or 1000, but that's hard to come by.
It's well worth the fight.
Yeah, so we're gonna keep battling this out, and we'll bring another spool and hit that. Okay, it's kind of in a rush this morning. I don't know when the GoPro died, but it died last night. Our box, I had to put a strap on it. Got some decent amount of bright and shiny in there. That doesn't compare to the pallets upon pallets they have over here. I gotta head back to Palm Beach. Got some things to do. But we made out pretty good. I got to finalize the ticket because I'll show here in the video the weights on those reels. One was like 120, one was 150, plus all the metal things I threw on there. Oh, look at this little scale. What a shame. Huh. It's like a Coke scale. Anyway. We're gonna haul back. I gotta stop in Pompano, and then I gotta stop in Palm Beach, and then go back to the shop, pick something up, and then I'm heading north for something. But we'll go over the ticket here in a minute. We did pretty well. That 600 is always a money maker. All right, here's the ticket for that job. We had 2,018 pounds of bright and shiny copper at $3.88 a pound, for a total of $7,829.84. Now, I paid close to $5,000 for that. I paid $49.28. No, I gave them $4,000 down, and I left some on the table for the 292 pounds of tear weight we had on them spools. So I still owe them $928. But I pretty much made $2,900, almost $3,000. Now I will say there was a couple pounds in there of spaghetti from another job. I don't even think it was 50 pounds, you know. So let's just say we probably made $2,800 off of that job. And now I picked that stuff up at 3 or 4 in the afternoon, had it stripped that night. Actually, I went back to my shop and took a nap because it was so hot. We started at like 8 o'clock, finished somewhere around 12, or 1 or something. And then I just went and scooped it up in the morning, and it's 11 o'clock now. So within a 24-hour period, you know, making $2,900, those are not bad numbers. We need to start stepping our game up and try to do that on a daily basis. So yeah, if you come this far, thanks for watching. Stay tuned, because there's a lot going on at the shop, and wait till you see what I have. I keep saying it, I'm telling you, man, wait till you see what we got going on over there and what the final outcome's going to be. It's going to be epic, or at least I think so. I hope you guys think so too. So we'll see you on the next one. I'll tell you where we're going, right to the scrap yard. Dancing. You ever seen your copper dance before?